Faced with this situation, the teacher made a ruling. In 3 days, Camille and Felixie would compete fairly for the role in the public performance. If Camille lost, she could still stay and continue her training. But if Felixie lost, she must return to the orphanage. That opportunity was never meant for you in the first place. And Camille's ballet foundation was extremely solid. After all, she had studied ballet since childhood. Her strength and technique were flawless. Although her personality was somewhat spoiled and headstrong, she always trained with a relentless competitive drive. Felixie's only advantage left was her passion. She needed to use that passion as her foundation, to feel anger, pain, sorrow, and joy, and then pour all of it into her dancing, breathing life into the music. She had to feel every note with her heart, every melody, every piece of music, letting her whole body dance from the tips of her hair to her toes. Only then could she defeat Camille. After a new round of eliminations, Felixie finally faced off against Camille in competition, but Camille still looked down on her, mocking her as a nobody with no status. At that, the deepest wound in Felixie's heart was torn open. Hearing those words, Felixie trained even harder, standing on a barrel on tiptoe to hang laundry. That was her way of practicing balance and mastering her center of gravity, and spinning and balancing on a rotating wheel, while holding 2 glasses of water. The first time, she fell straight to the ground. The second time, she completely lost her sense of direction. The third time, the fourth time. Finally, Felixie managed it, though still unsteadily. But on the eve of the final competition, Felixie unexpectedly received an invitation from a male dancer. He was a nobleman from Russia, not only the best male dancer, but also with handsome blonde hair and a captivating smile. At first, he too had looked down on Felixie, but gradually, feelings grew between them through dance. Facing his invitation, Felixie hesitated a little. After all, the competition was tomorrow. She had planned to train that evening, but the boy said, "You're already perfect. You don't need to train. I'll wait for you at the Eiffel Tower at 7 o'clock." Meanwhile, Victor, who also had feelings for Felixie, was secretly practicing how to confess. But when he actually saw Felixie, he didn't dare speak his mind, instead talking about trivial things the whole time. This made Felixie think Victor had no taste, and she didn't hide her attraction to the male dancer. Hearing this, Victor decided to raise his own standards. He also decided to invite Felixie to dinner at the Eiffel Tower at 7 that evening. But before he could finish speaking, Felixie had already turned and left. That evening, the maid brought out the dance shoes from her own youth, and asked Felixie to put them on and train with her. But Felixie's mind was filled with thoughts of the date. The maid urged her to remember her dream, yet all Felixie could think of were the male dancer's words. "You don't need to train because you're one of a kind." She didn't listen to a word of the maid's advice, even saying, "You're not my mother anyway." Seeing Felixie's attitude, the maid had no choice but to let her go. That night, Felixie went with the male dancer to the Eiffel Tower, where they coincidentally ran into Victor, who was busy setting up a surprise. The two rivals immediately locked eyes with hostility. They traded harsh words, neither giving an inch, which only worsened Felixie's mood, and she left alone. She ran to the roof of the opera house and stayed there by herself all night. By the time she woke up the next day, the competition had already begun. Camille had already started her performance. When Felixie rushed in, out of breath, the competition was over. The